What's going on, people? This is LV Live, and I'm coming at you with a late night rant. It's about 12, 12 o'clock, about 12:20 East Coast time. Just wanted to come on. I just want to say, it's my second rant, by the way, but I just want to say thank you, man, for all the people who've supported the first one. Thank you so much for the people who subscribed and the people who viewed the page, man. I'm truly, truly appreciative. I just really, really thank you guys for that. This is a big deal for me. This is something I'm passionate about, and believe it or not, that I really enjoy doing. On my spare time, a perfect example is work week, and I'm up at 12 o'clock because I wanted to get back on and give a couple of rants that I have. But please, if you have stopped by and if you have seen the page, the channel, excuse me, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. It's truly, truly, I truly, truly appreciate it if you could do so. Also, too, my podcast is out. It's called Blue Steel. It's me and my boy Jeff. So please check it out if you can. It's called the Blue Steel Show. Yeah, man, and just come through and support that, man. It's something that we do and we enjoy doing, and we actually got our first show up. So after you view this, if you can, slide over there and check that out. We should have another one come out before the week is out. So yeah, if you can. But once again, I truly appreciate you guys, man. For coming through to the play page and just supporting. So it's truly, truly appreciated. I can't thank you guys enough. That's why I keep on saying it, man. It just feels good for people to give support, man. I just feel great. But yeah. So let me get straight to it. So being out here in the East Coast, basically New York, you have two teams to root for. Two teams to root for during baseball season. That's the Mets or the Yankees. Of course, I'm a Yankee guy. And there was a game last night for people who aren't from over here, and the Yankees are doing really, really well this year. They're actually, well, excuse me, when aren't they doing well, right? Okay, let me not get too hype about it, but all right, check it out. They're doing pretty good this year. They probably got the best record, second best record in baseball behind the Red Sox. But last night was probably one of the toughest losses we've had in a very, very long time. Gary Sanchez, who's seen as one of the best catchers in the game, is not having one of his best seasons. I believe he's batting 188. We're in July. It's right after the All-Star break, and he's just not playing well. He made two crucial mistakes yesterday that really cost us the game. There was a lot of other things too, but these things stood out, and I wanted to kind of express my frustration and kind of go on what my page is called a rant. First off, first inning, Severino's on the mound. Severino throws a pitch, it gets past him. Gary Sanchez loafs around, walks out there, and the guy makes it from second. He almost scored, I believe so. I think he did score, man. It's late. I apologize. But the lack of hustle is so frustrating because it's like when you get to this level, and people who follow baseball know how hard it is to get to the majors. You got to go through, the minors. You got to go through single A, triple A, double A. You got to go through all that before you can even reach the top. Some guys are just great. They just make it. They go straight. They play 1 year of double A or single A, and then they're up with the bigs in the big leagues. But it's really, really difficult. It's not easy to make it to that level. So to see a guy like Gary Sanchez, who's extremely gifted as a player, but unlike most catchers, he's more of an awesome offensive player, which means that he's better with his bat and getting hits and homers than he is behind the plate. He struggles with a lot of errors from time to time, but the Yankees have known this. But now he's starting to do one of the worst cardinal rules. Excuse me. One of the most extreme cardinal rules, which is pretty much at the top of the top. You learn this in Little League. I got one better. You learn this like in gym class, man. When you're in 3rd grade. Go hard or don't go at all. You got to give your all, no matter what. But what has happened is, just because he's made it, he feels like he can kind of take plays off. That's one play. Then he gets a hit. He rips a double down the left field line. I believe it scores a run. It was easily a double. He pulls out a single. He doesn't fire out the box. He gets a hit. He's jogging. That's strike one, even though he got a hit, but still, right? So now we get to the end of the game, bases loaded. He's up. 1 out. The Yanks are down 1. 7-6, I believe. He gets a sharp hit right up the middle. It's a double play ball, but they kind of botched the play. Like they're struggling to pick up the ball. The guy tosses it to second. I believe Hicks was safe because he couldn't make the tag perfectly. But because it was a botched play, they were a little delayed. Gary Sanchez got gunned out. And I think they did make the play on Hicks. Actually, yes, they did. They did tag him, which was a double play. Game over. For people who didn't see it, what happened was Gary Sanchez. I keep on saying Gary Sanders. I apologize. Gary Sanchez hit the ball, and then he's jogging down to first base. And then when he realizes that, I can possibly make it, he starts moving. Now he's running fast. And of course he gets thrown out. Game over. My biggest frustration with this is that a lot of guys dog it. One thing I've always told my son plays baseball. One thing I've always told him is that you never dog it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's football, basketball, baseball. I don't care what it is. You never dog it. You go hard all the time because you never know. You never know who's watching, and your teammates are dependent on you to always be locked into the game and always run your hardest every single play. But what's happened with these guys is that they've gotten to this level and they've totally forgotten those key values about sports. That you're supposed to go your hardest all the time. My biggest frustration with Gary Sanchez is that he should know this. It's July. The Yankees are in a pennant race. Every game is a crucial game, especially with the way the Red Sox are playing. I don't know if they won tonight, but I think they won like 13 or 14 in a row. We're 6 games back. We're most likely going to make the playoffs, but a wild card, which possibly is a 1-game wild card. With the Yankees, it doesn't matter if they have a great record or not. 1 game is 1 game. Anything can happen. They could possibly lose and be out the playoffs. But this is a pennant race we're in. We got to catch the Red Sox. We're trying to win a division. So we won't have to play that 1-game series. So this guy, he doesn't understand that. But you know what happens? What happens is that these guys, once they start picking up bad habits, they keep it going. The coaches aren't there to check them at the gate. You know why? Because they're professionals. The coach looks at it like, okay, he'll start running eventually. But once you let him do it once, he's going to do it again. Then he's going to do it again. This should have been nipped in the bud in the beginning when he first came up or he first started doing it. But it wasn't. And now look. So now it's part of who he is as a player. So now he's looked as a guy. He's looked at as a guy that does not hustle. And I'm sure that's not who he is. I'm sure that's not who he came up being. I'm sure when he was in the minors, when he was in high school, when he was playing baseball at the lowest form, he was really, really balling out. And not really taking any days off, any games off, because he had a goal. His goal was to make it to the majors. But now that he's here, what is he doing with it? Yeah, he's had a couple of all-star seasons. You know, like I said, he's a hell of a player. But now, one bad mistake here, one bad habit here. Now look. It starts to show its ugly head at the worst time. But that's because his bad habit has now started to become the player that he is. Because now he does it on a regular basis. Now he doesn't even realize that, oh, I usually jog out the box on any hit. But now they really need me to run. But I've gotten so used to this bad habit that it's just natural now for every time I get a hit to not fire out the box, to jog out the box. And it cost my team the game last night. Now what the Yankees have done, because this is just a cleanup that they try to do, they placed him on a 10-day DL, said he's got a groin problem. Now, we know he doesn't have a groin problem. He doesn't. At all. He just got exposed last night. I'm going to make a suggestion, and please, people, do not kill me who are big-time Yankees fans. I think we should trade Gary Sanchez. I don't think this is something that can be fixed. Do you guys remember Robinson Cano? A great talent. An amazing talent. But Robinson Cano was seen as sometimes as being very, very lazy. Nonchalant. They try to switch the name or move it around the nonchalant, lazy. They try to say, oh, he's just a smooth player. He's just smooth. Things just come easy for him. This is the same Robinson Cano that's suspended for the rest of the season for PED use. Now, the question is, how long has he been using PEDs? Because if you ask me, he was kind of close to Melky Cabrera. He was kind of close to A-Rod. They were all buddies during that time when he was here in the Bronx. Hey, but you know, I got off topic a bit, but back to Gary Sanchez. I would trade him and a couple of prospects for Jake Degrom. The Yanks need another ace. They need another ace for this long haul. Austin Romine has shown that he's more of a capable catcher to where he can get the job done. An everyday catcher. We have more than enough bats. We don't need a guy who's already started to feel himself to the point to where he's not even going to play hard, even when it counts. Because if you're going to do this now in the middle of a pennant race, who's to say you're not going to do it in October? In the 7th game of a World Series. Who's going to say you're not going to do it then? I just can't trust that guy. I just can't after last night. Jake Degrom for Gary Sanchez and a couple of prospects. I think the Yanks need to do it. I think Brian Cashman needs to hop on the phone, call over there to cross town to New York Mets, and make that deal happen. That's all I got tonight, people. It's late here in NYC. I'm tired. But yeah, Jake Degrom and pinstripes. I'm LV Live, and I appreciate you guys coming on and listening to me tonight. Once again, please hit the like, subscribe, and share button, please. Leave your comments below. And once again, I have my podcast with me and my boy Jeff called Blue Steel. We try to do it about 2 times a week. Please check out our last show. Check out our up-and-coming shows. But once again, I thank you guys for listening to me. I'll see you guys in the near future. Peace.